Alright folks, this one goes out to Lightning Dave out in Florida, South Florida. This happened in his neck of the woods. And remember, this cell phone footage got an officer charged. He has been charged with a crime over this cell phone footage. Watch, there'll be 2 videos.
Now at 6, disturbing cell phone video released in the case of a Miami-Dade police sergeant charged with misdemeanor battery and the arrest of a teen. The incident happened last February.
In it, we see what appears to be the officer kicking the boy who was lying on the ground with his hands cuffed behind his back. CBS 4's Joan Murray is live in Pembroke Pines where the sergeant lives. Joan.
Well, this officer had been on the force 11 years when it happened. He lives here in Pembroke Pines. He has not commented on the incident, and he remains working for the department, but he is in an administrative position, not on patrol. Meanwhile, I spoke to that teenager's parents a little while ago, and they say they are still looking for answers. For the first time, we're seeing what happened nearly a year ago when a veteran Miami-Dade police officer was accused of kicking a teenager during an arrest. It happened February 14th in northwest Miami-Dade, when police say the teenager on the ground, David Brown, was wanted for a burglary. Watch closely and you see the officer kick Brown. At the time, it was enough to charge the officer with misdemeanor battery.
It's unacceptable, and that is intolerable. And that's why we charged him.
The officer, Sergeant Gustavo de los Rios, was relieved of duty, and the teenager's parents wanted answers.
My son was down on the ground, handcuffed, not resisting arrest and anything, and that hurts me the most as a parent, to see something like that goes on to your child and you can't do nothing about it.
By him being subdued, and they already had him restrained and already, and they didn't have to do excessive force once they had him already. I mean, once you had him restrained, I mean, the only thing they should have did was put him in the car and transported him wherever they was going to take him.
At the time, the police director said they became aware of a concerning video involving the actions of one of our own. An investigation was immediately initiated in collaboration with the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office. As a result, Sergeant de los Rios has been charged with misdemeanor battery. His actions are disappointing and do not reflect our agency's core values. I assure our community that all allegations of misconduct involving our personnel will be vigorously investigated. No one is above the law. Once again, I spoke to the Miami-Dade Police Department a short time ago. They tell me that this sergeant, again, is no longer on patrol, but he is still working for the department in an administrative capacity. The parents of the teenager tell me that in all this time, and that's nearly a year ago, they have not heard once from the state attorney's office, and in about 5 weeks' time, it will be 1 year since it happened. In Pembroke Pines tonight, Joan Murray, CBS 4 News.
Okay. Now there's another video.
And now to the latest on the Miami-Dade police officer charged in
Hang on. And this is the latest video.
with the rough arrest of a teenager.
The incident happened back in February, but that officer was just arrested last week. Local 10's Leanne Morejon is live to explain. Leanne.
And we're told by the state attorney's office that cell phone video was crucial to this investigation. We understand that the 2 women who shot that video were actually standing right here at this check cashing store, aiming their cameras across the street. That's when that video allegedly captured the officer kicking a teenage suspect right in the head.
Sergeant Gustavo de los Rios, seen here in a mugshot from a prior arrest, is facing new charges of battery stemming from an incident that happened on February 14th in northwest Miami-Dade.
We've all been taught you never kick a man when he's down.
The state attorney's office filing misdemeanor battery charges against the officer just days ago, alleging that de los Rios kicked a teenage burglary suspect while he was on the ground and cuffed. Witnesses at a nearby check cashing store filed a complaint with the department, submitting cell phone video of the incident that helped prove the allegation.
There's about 4 officers. He is lying face down on the ground, not moving. He's under control. The officer just comes and gives him a kick with, I believe it's his right foot, to the left side of his head.
Sergeant De Los Rios has found himself in trouble before. Last year, he was arrested in Broward County on a domestic violence charge. Those
He beat his
charges were
wife.
later dropped. Miami-Dade Police Director Juan Perez says his department became aware of the video, prompting an investigation, releasing a statement saying, quote, "His actions are disappointing and do not reflect our agency's core values. I assure our community that all allegations of misconduct involving our personnel will be vigorously investigated. No one is above the law."
That is unacceptable, and that is intolerable, and that's why we charged him.
And we're told that teenage suspect was not seriously hurt, but that the act was serious enough to warrant that misdemeanor battery charge. The state attorney's office telling us they will not be releasing that video at this time. Reporting live in Northwest Miami-Dade, Leanne Morejon, Local 10 News.
Leanne, thank
And now to the latest on a Miami-Dade police officer charged in connection with the rough arrest of a teenager.
The incident happened back
Yep.
in February, but that officer
It is
was just
very,
arrested
very
last
important
week. Local 10
that we
is live to explain. Leanne.
videotape our officers in the line of duty spitting Cobra Cop Watch. I'm out.